Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to continue our series of reviewing different stores. So let's just give it a shot. Let's take a look. The thing that I'm going to do that's a little bit different today, guys, is I'm not going to pull up these stores before the video and try to come up with a review. I'm literally just going to pull them up right here, right now. So I don't know anything about these stores. I've never seen these stores before. So let's go ahead and do a search. So this is how I search for all stores, by the way. I copy the name of the store, and then I type the word Redbubble at the end of it. All right, so we got our first store here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our second store. Let's just see here. It says total sales 28. Sales last month 16. So this store right here, its goal is to make $300 a month, and the total sales is 28 total sales, and 16 of them were last month. So let's go ahead and see some details about this store. So this store, I already like what I see. I'm going to be 100% honest. I like what I see already. It's Posidi Designs. Posy Designs, I guess you could say. Let's see here. 1,857. Would be really interesting is I want to see when you created your account, because you have a good amount of designs. I don't know if you're posting 60 designs a day or what you're doing here, but this is some good work. I'm gonna give it up. This is good work. Point blank. Period. Now I don't know if you're creating these images yourself or you're like these ones specifically, like the location based ones, but this works. This is perfect. What's good about this, guys, is for a store like this is not what I call a interest based store. Nobody searches nobody finds this recommended to them and buys something like this. This is a search based store. And what I mean by search is, think about it this way. Emden, Germany, okay? The only person who's going to buy something like this is somebody who's searching for it. So this account is going to do well over time with search. And maybe not necessarily Google search, but Redbubble search, you'll do pretty well. Hence why you probably, out of your 28 total sales, you have 16 sales in the last month. That means in the last month, that's 16 sales. That's almost 2/3 of what you've done here. So this is really good. If I were you, I would just keep this up, and I would do more versions of this. And I wouldn't necessarily. And when I say do more versions, this is similar advice to what I gave. I believe her name was Kelwit Designs. The last review that we did, she had similar ideas like this. Instead of doing this circle approach, like if you I'm sure you haven't, but if you conquer like every single area in the world, and when I say conquer, I mean created a design for them, go out there, create another 2 to 10 designs for each location, but make them completely different, like a completely different approach. I mean, we can just take a look here, and I could search this location here on Redbubble, and I wonder how many are going to come up. Let's see here. But you could see here, you could do something like this, or maybe not necessarily like this, but you're doing a good job with this. I think these designs are the same, or am I wrong here? I think you posted the same design twice. I have no idea, but be careful with that, because Redbubble, I think, is against that. But just be careful. But you can make different location-based designs with a different kind of style. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be this circular ring style every time. Now, don't get me wrong, this is good. But if I were you, this is what I would do. I would simplify the process. I would create every single design like this for every location in the world. I would figure out every country, every state, every city, etc. Then what I would do is I would multiply the amount I'm doing for each location. So I would do another style. It doesn't have to be the circular style. It could be a style like this. It could be, I don't know what these are, but it could be a different style. And by the way, if I were you, I would just keep it up doing the location-based stuff. I wouldn't do this cat dunking or cat riding, cat eating pizza. I wouldn't do any of that. I'm guessing that's not what's going to make you your money. And I could just go over here to the best selling and take a look at what's going on. And I can see here there's no cat designs that are making you money. At least not in my opinion. If you are making money off these cat designs, you can keep them, but I wouldn't create any more of them. I would really just focus on these because these are probably the best case scenario in terms of results for location. Like this Gotland, what is it? What is Gotland's? What is this country? I don't even know what this country is. I'm just curious. Sweden. All right, so Sweden, Gotland, Sweden. Let's see here. Let's see if that's Gotland, Sweden. So yeah, I would do different variations. See, as an American, I didn't know what this was. I can't even pronounce that. Okay, so I would create different ones, and I would actually use the word Sweden in it. So like if we just search Gotland, I'm curious how many designs exist. 612. You can create different kind of styles. Like I don't know when I search this Gotland, right? This pops up to me. This just looks good. Now, maybe this has nothing to do with Gotland. I don't know. It says Finnish Finnish Armed Forces. Okay, so Finland is a little bit different than Sweden, but still, it sticks out to me. Go with try to create some goat designs, some, whatever it is. Be creative and create more. So yeah, if I was in this situation, guys, and this is my store, and you're actually doing really good. You said your goal was to make $300 a month. I think you're well on your journey. I think you're going to be there very quickly. Instead of creating 1,800 designs, create maybe like 4,000 or 5,000, and keep up the same style. Just keep up the location-based designs like this, and just switch up the style. Now, the thing that's really cool about what you're doing is that it's lower competition. It's not as much competition. So with you just need to focus on making your designs a little more attractive. And not to say that these aren't attractive. They're not. They're really not bad at all. And you can give yourself a little more leeway especially because it's location based. But I would not be afraid to go out there and test things a little more. Don't be afraid to try a different setup or a different style. The best thing that I could kind of recommend when I say style, I'll give you a quick example. And if you know about this, then you know about this. If you don't know, then you don't know. But autopilotpassiveincome.com, in the POD design course, I created a design very, very similar to what you're doing here. It was a Iceland design. Or it was like I created a bunch of designs just to show people what I was doing. But you can do that same style. If you took the POD design course, you know what I'm talking about for this situation. Go with different styles. Right now, you're honing in on this circular style, which is good. Once you finish creating, like, let's say another 2,000, 3,000 of every single location, then, every state, every city, every place in the world, and maybe 2,000-3,000 is not enough. Maybe you need multiple stores for this. I personally, just from my own personal experience, I wouldn't go over 5,000 designs at all per store. Even if I have to create more stores, that's perfectly fine. But I wouldn't do that. Especially in the last 12 months, or maybe not 12 months, maybe like 8 months and a half, I haven't went over 1,800 roughly designs per store at all. I don't go over anything higher than that because I'm very aware that I could be one of those unlucky people that just, I lose my store for whatever reason. And it happens. To say that it's not going to happen is just is a lie. It happens to a lot of people. So for me, it's a risk going over 1,800 designs. Honestly, putting myself in your shoes right now, if this was my store, I would not upload any more to this store. It's too big of a risk. I would keep up the same style, but I would create more designs, just like this, for more locations. After I do that, maybe even by that time, open up another store with different styles, right? And the reason why I'm saying that, I know that might seem monotonous and I might seem boring, but at the end of the day, I'd rather be bored and making money than non-bored and poor, okay? Just to, put that into perspective. Hopefully everybody's catching my drift here, but what I'm saying here is basically the best advice I can give is you've hit a good niche here. This is a good niche of what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Create more of them, right? Like significantly more, and create different styles. You can end up with 10, 20 stores just keeping up the same concept with the cities of the locations, and you could generate easily well past $300 a month easily. So you got 16 sales just last month. So 16, let's just impute a value of $2.75 per sale. And I know that's different for everybody, but let's just impute $2.75. You might sell some shirts, you might sell some stickers, you might sell whatever. $2.75 times 16 is $44. So it's not bad. It's not a bad start at all. $44 is not bad. If you get to the point where you know your designs are better than the competition's, like for me, this is good designs. It's not the best. It's not below average. It's good. I would say slightly above average. Like a design like this or like this is slightly above average, right? Something like this I would say is average. I wouldn't say it's above average. I would just say it's regular. Most of your designs are on that regular level. It's not like they stand out to me. If you can get a little bit better with your designs, and then you could charge more for what you're selling. At the end of the day, guys, you got to keep in mind that Redbubble as a platform, people go to it because they have extra money left over to spend. That's what they do. They have extra money to spend. If I needed to buy a t-shirt, I wouldn't buy a t-shirt that costs extra money. I would go to Amazon or I would go to Walmart and buy the cheapest thing there, assuming that I needed a t-shirt. These people don't need things. It's just extra. The money that they spend is extra money that's burning a hole in their pocket, okay? Or, excuse me, it's just basically just too much money in their pocket. So they're looking to spend extra money. Don't be afraid to charge more. Now, some people are going to hear this and then be like, okay, I should charge more too, and then they go out and charge more. I highly do not recommend that for everybody. Not everybody should charge more for their designs. I've said this before, and I have made a whole video on this, but you should only charge more when your design is most definitely and obviously the better design in the group. So, for example, let's use that Gotland example, okay? Even though this is going to be a little esoteric, but let's just use Gotland, for example. This design to me, maybe because the style is my favorite design, by far. But here's the thing. Even though it has nothing to do with necessarily Sweden and Finland are two different things, I'm sure, right? Finland, Sweden, right? Two different locations. Let's see here. We have Gotland. We have Sivland. Okay. I'm not really sure. Sweden, Finland. Was Finland part of Sweden? Is Finland and Sweden going? All right. So I don't know anything about geography. You guys could tell I failed geography classes in school. But the point is if this, basically find ways to make your designs look better. Don't just go for the average. This is probably the image from it's like the well-known common image that everybody uses for the place. Do something different, get a little more creative, sign up to maybe some image banks, anything that you can do to kind of boost up the way your design looks, right? And you could test different things and you could charge more for it. I could tell you this, in a market like this, it's easy to blow past the competition. I mean, look at this. This is basic level quality, right? This is just an image with some text. Like, you could do so much better than a lot of this competition. And you could do a lot better than what you're currently doing. And I could tell you're a hard worker. I mean, you have over 1,800 designs. You can get to $300 a month relatively easily. And like I said, these are good level designs. I wouldn't charge any extra for them, and I wouldn't charge any lower. I would just keep it at average. But all my future designs, me personally, I would keep focused on charging more, creating better designs, and creating 10, 20 different stores of doing this, 1,800 designs a pop, and for each store, and creating different variations, and just dominating the niches. Honestly, that's what I would do if I were you. I know that these ideas that I'm saying are not always common. They don't always sound like the funnest thing to do, but to be 100% honest, guys, I've been doing this whole Redbubble 60 designs a day kind of thing for almost 11 months now. And I could tell you that it's not supposed to be fun, honestly. If you want to really make the money, it's going to be monotonous. It's going to be slow. It's going to be, and when I say slow, I'm talking about the amount of work that you have to do every day. It's gonna get tiring. It's not really supposed to be fun, at least in my opinion. And obviously my ideas have changed. I used to say, follow your passions and follow your dreams. But to be honest, this year has kind of changed my point of view. I realized that if you want to be a part of the 1%, you want to be the best of the best, who's doing the best, the reality is it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun at all. You're going to have to push past the pain. You're going to have elements in time where you're tired, and you're going to have to treat it like a job. You're going to have to treat it like you are responsible for showing up. That's what you're going to have to treat it like. And I can tell you're doing well, but that's just kind of my pep talk for everybody else who's watching this who may not necessarily be all in on Redbubble yet. And guys, if you're not all in on Redbubble, it's perfectly fine. Trust me. We've all been there. Like before I started doing the whole 60 designs a day thing, I wasn't all in on Redbubble. I was treating it like a joke. And I was making $500 here, $300 here. But then when I got serious, ironically enough, I only got serious when I was at my lowest point with Redbubble. But when I got serious, things shot up by 10 times that following month. 60 days after my lowest month, things shot up like crazy. So, over 10 times. So, if you really want to go past and you really want to succeed, I don't see it being fun. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe because I'm doing it every single day, and I think when you do something every single day as a requirement, it could get a little boring. But hey, this is what I've been doing, so I'm just sharing my best advice. But I think you're killing it. I think you're doing really, really well, and I think you got a good concept here. If you could just tweak a few things. You would murder the game, honestly, but I think you're doing pretty good overall, all right? So hopefully this review helped and just kept things into perspective. And anybody else who's watching this, don't be afraid to try something new. Set up a new system. And I like this because when I see a store like this, I think of systems. I think of systems of success. And at the end of the day, if you want to be successful with any business, you need a proven system that's going to work. I think part of the reason why the course works so well for so many people, the POD design course, is because it created a system. It created a system for people who before maybe were pie in the sky, meaning they're thinking about all different things. They're too creative. They get analysis paralysis. They sit down and they think, okay, what should I do? And they have so many thoughts, they don't even know where to go with it, and they just freeze. And creating a system allows you to mitigate that risk. There's a lot of people who are just, running in place. They're working, but they have nothing to show for it. And I see what you're doing here, and I see you have a system, and it's looking good, and it's going good, and I think you should keep it up, all right? So good job on your work, and keep it up. Try to take some of the advice I gave, and that's just simply the advice I would do if I were you, all right? So good job on that, all right? I'll talk to you later. Peace out, bye.